So many acquisitions happening at this moment in the gaming industry, including Microsoft buying Bethesda, then Activision Blizzard, and Sony trying to respond in kind by buying Bungie. There's no wonder that at one point it was speculated that Disney, Amazon, and Apple were all interested in purchasing the major game publisher. Hi, and welcome to All Patch Notes. Today we are going to be discussing the latest rumors involving Amazon and EA, and whether or not there is actually an acquisition on the horizon. So, without further ado, let's get started. On Friday the 26th of August, USA Today sources have stated that Amazon will be buying EA, and that we should all expect a formal offer to be made later on that day. This has got the entire gaming community up in a heap, especially since Amazon is not even a gaming company. In the light of USA Today's announcement, different sources have speculated different things regarding Amazon. Some say that Amazon is looking to get into the gaming industry. Others say that Amazon is looking to get EA's franchises such as Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Dead Space, Titanfall, and so on transformed into a TV series for their Amazon Prime Video subscription service. Let's just hope that if they do end up doing that, it won't be as bad as the Resident Evil TV show that got cancelled after just one season. Wow. Other sources, and a lot of gamers, are saying that Amazon, a non-gaming company, buying into EA could ruin their beloved game franchises. Who knows what's going to happen though? But, and here comes the good part, or bad part, it really all depends on your perspective, but the rumors that USA Today spread so happily across the internet that fateful Friday were refuted in less than 24 hours. Yes, you heard that right. Neither Amazon nor EA confirmed the acquisition, and USA Today had to eventually edit their original article. Now, if you look at it, it says at the top of the page that GLHF ran a version of this story on their website that, quote, violated their editorial standards regarding the use of unnamed and unvetted sources, end quote. Since then, the language about, quote, pending announcement has been removed from the article. But it was too late. The gaming community was stirred up pretty good by that time. It's not unusual for things like this to be leaked out before they actually happen though. It has happened before when the word got out about the acquisition that was happening and the companies in question denied it only to announce a week later and have us all act surprised. Like we didn't see that coming. You got me. The truth is, nobody, well, except for Jeff Bezos and his group of directors, can say for sure what Amazon's plans truly are when it comes to the game publisher. Such an acquisition can leave EA the way it was, or completely change their way of doing things and video games. We do have our doubts though that if Amazon does buy EA, the crazy amount of microtransactions would go away or even be reduced. Although, that would be a nice thing that they could do for us gamers, right? But here's one thing we all know for sure. FIFA 2023 will be the last one by the name. Both EA Sports and FIFA have confirmed that their partnership of over 20 years will end in the summer of 2023. Part of the reason why EA and FIFA split was due to the fact that FIFA was seeking double their current licensing fee, $150 million to be exact. Obviously, EA was not happy about that. On the other hand, EA Sports had certain demands that FIFA didn't agree to either, such as creating new digital products like NFTs. Thank God that one didn't go through. Now, both parties are free to pursue whatever they wish and create new and hopefully improved experiences for their loyal gamers. Even though no acquisition has been confirmed by Amazon yet, it would be good to point out that it wouldn't be the first time Amazon has tried to enter the gaming space. And it probably won't be their last time either. And it's no wonder that this giant wants a piece of the pie. The gaming industry is so large and profitable, is said to be bigger than the movie and music industry put together. Amazon's slow process of entering the gaming industry began with the acquisition of Twitch in 2014 for a whopping $970 million. The purchase though seems to have been a good business decision, considering that Twitch's annual revenue since 2016 has been increasing dramatically. In 2021 alone, the platform's revenue increased by 41%. Since buying Twitch, they have also launched Amazon Prime Gaming, an online service that includes a free subscription to Twitch.tv, free monthly video games, and in-game loot in the form of skins and other cosmetics, plus everything else that is usually included in the Amazon Prime subscription, aka all the non-gaming stuff we don't care about. That does not necessarily mean that their Prime Gaming option is something that you don't want to miss. Their free games include with the subscription are obviously not going to always be AAA titles, while some are obscure games. But this is a step in the same direction anyway. What Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo have, compared to Amazon, is probably the biggest advantage. a dedicated console that bears their name's brand. Heck, even Google has Stadia. Although, Stadia is a console that is so rarely mentioned that a lot of us forget that it even exists. Amazon as of yet does not have its own console. So, even if it does decide to get deeper into the gaming market, it will still have to rely on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation fans to buy their games. As of today, Amazon's gaming division, with the unbelievably creative name of Amazon Games, has developed and published 16 games, out of which 2 are available for PC, and only 1 got made for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The Grand Tour game. The other games are only available for mobile and tablet, with 1 game made especially for Facebook. And let's not get started on the games that they've begun developing and later got cancelled. Amazon is clearly trying to breach into an already well-established market, where there are so many big players who keep getting bigger every single day. Just look at the more recent acquisitions that happened in the gaming industry. Microsoft bought Bethesda, the makers of Elder Scrolls and the Fallout series, and Sony tried to respond in kind by buying the makers of Destiny, Bungie. And just to top it all off and put a cherry on top, the most recent acquisition, and the most expensive one by far, was Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard for an eye-watering $69 billion. 69, nice. So, is there room for somebody like Amazon? With the recent acquisitions and the talks about this game or that game being exclusive for a particular console, the division between player base is getting bigger and bigger every day, despite the fact that all gamers seem to want is a unified gaming experience. So maybe what would be best would be a neutral publisher that produces games for all types of consoles. Hell, maybe that's what Amazon is trying to do while getting a stake in the gaming industry. Maybe if Amazon would buy EA, as the rumors suggest, it might have a foot in and then be able to work their way up from there. But as of the moment, considering their small repertoire of games, most of which that are not available on PC or consoles, it would be hard for them to fight giants such as Microsoft and Sony. We're not going to discuss Nintendo, as they seem to be in a class of their own with their own games and their own target audience. Sure, Amazon is big and some would argue too big to fail, but that doesn't mean that every endeavor they get into will always succeed, especially if they try to do it on their own. An acquisition could help propel them forward a bit, but we guess it's also time for Amazon to seriously consider developing their own gaming console if they want to compete against PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. Or another way to become a big player in the gaming industry would be to continue expanding their gaming catalog by buying publishers and developers. That is, if Sony and Microsoft leave something up for grabs anyway. To wrap it up, at this point, it's really just a waiting game to see if Amazon will actually buy EA or not. Up until they make their next move, we can really only speculate. But do let us know how you feel about this in the comment section below, and what do you think about the recent rumors? Do you believe that EA will actually be bought out by Amazon? And what do you think of Amazon's efforts getting into the gaming space? Oh, and while you are here, we would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and click that little bell icon that pops up to say notified. Or we will patch you.